my mind you can't control. Running wild, can't come down. My head is in the clouds. Gotta keep this feeling, keep on breathing, even if we're slipping away. So I close my eyes and lose myself now. Do it like it's only today. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. And we don't care about the bad nights. And for a second I can feel like this. Make me feel like this. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. And we don't care about the bad nights. And for a second I can feel like this. Make me feel like this. I'm on my last straw. I'm broken and I'm woken up. I'm done feeding me your lies. I've had enough. I can't run your place in this faulty game. And all the words you speak mean nothing more to me. 'Cause let's start over now. Rewind. And I won't let you go. I need you by my side.
Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. got here. Cause you don't know how. You say we're taking on water, yeah, we're sinking now. You're looking all concerned, like we're gonna drown. But we both know how to swim, no worries as we'll fall now. Let's take it slow, where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow, who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. I drag you out your mind, and there are days I hate you, but baby, you're still mine. And we have the best times, no matter what we do. And even when we don't, there's nobody I'd rather choose. Let's take it slow, where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Slow, who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow, where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow, who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me.
Well, hello again, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate it. Today is April 2nd, 2024, 7:58 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Good to see you all. Hello again. Hello again. Is it someone's birthday today? Is someone's birthday? Do we have a birthday in the house? Terry Lynn is on a mission. She is fine. Yeah. Justin brought an apple for you, teacher. Thank you, my dear. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So what we are going to be doing is called Build an Alibi. And these are just what we call a mock theory. And in that, we see who could potentially how a timeline may or may not have fit. So, did you say April? Justin, did you say April? What do you mean April? Did I say April 2nd? August 2nd. August 2nd. August. Sorry. August if I said April. What? We're not in spring. Yes, Chad Doberman. Yes. Your birthday's August 9th. Coming up. Whose birthday is it? All right, someone is blowing up my phone before we get started. Okay, let me change this down a little bit so it won't be as dinging everywhere. All right. Yeah, Chad Doberman cases. Is it true Sumner County Sheriff died? Yes, Sumner County Sheriff did die today. It was announced. So yes, that is true. He had been sheriff since 2010, quite a while. So we are speaking in opinions, hypotheses, and theories. We are not saying anyone is guilty of anything. We are just doing this under what we call a different scenarios that may or may not have happened. So there's that. So the first scenario that we did and are working on is scenario 1, and this is the scenario that C was home. Coco, could you? I love your shirt. Aw, thank you, my dear. Appreciate you. Thank you, my love. Very sweet. It's Lisa's birthday. Who else? And is it TJ's? Lisa and TJ's. And Teresa's was yesterday. Lisa, TJ, Teresa. Okay. Let's sing happy birthday to them. My rendition of Marilyn Monroe. Let's see here. Okay. Happy birthday to Lisa, TJ, and Teresa. Hold on. Lisa, TJ, Teresa. The world is your oyster. It's up to you to find the pearls. From all of us, from Maryland, and clutch them pearls. Anybody else? Is there anybody else that's birthday? Anybody else? All right. This is what I do, a ridiculous version of Marilyn Monroe. Happy birthday, Mr. President, when she sang to John F. Kennedy. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Lisa, Teresa, and TJ. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Lisa, Teresa, and TJ. Hopefully you all are enjoying your day. I hope that you are. Sheriff Weatherford fell and hit his head on a conference. Oh my God. That's terrible if that's true. When's Wannabe Sleuthen's birthday? Hold on. When's Wannabe Sleuthen's birthday? Wannabe sleuthing, when is it your birthday? I really hope that God, what a way to go out. You know what I mean? Being a share. Okay, well, we gotta start again. Okay, we got to sing to Wannabe Sleuthin'. That's just the way it is. Happy birthday, Wannabe Sleuthin'. The world is your oyster. It's up to you to find the pearl. Happy birthday from our lovely Marilyn and all of us at Clutch Them Pearls. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Wannabe Sleuthing. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, my dear. Appreciate you. Alrighty. All right. She's on Channel 2 News. Let me look before we get started. Channel 2 Nashville. Oh, she is. Here we go, guys. Let's find it. Here we go. I just saw it. All right. So, breaking news as this is just coming out, related in the Sebastian Rogers sorta case. She is dangerous. Quote, mother of missing Tennessee teen files restraining order against YouTuber. Oh, oh my God. Here we go. Channel 2 News.
Teen's mother claims she's being stalked and falsely accused by a YouTuber. So now she's taking legal action. Good evening and welcome to News 2 at 6. I'm Bob Mueller. 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers disappeared 5 months ago from his family's home in Hendersonville. The teen's mother has been granted a temporary order of protection against a Florida YouTuber by the name of Bullhorn Betty. Well, tonight, News 2's Caitlin Quisenberry sat down and spoke with the influencer.
Sebastian Rogers has not been seen since February 25th. Since then, the Sumner County Sheriff's Office, along with several other agencies, searched for a little over a week before officials said they were scaling back to focus their efforts on the investigative side. YouTubers and TikTokers nationwide have covered nearly every step. But now, Sebastian's mom, Katie Proudfoot, indicates it's gone too far. In a legal filing for an order of protection, Katie says Andrea Griffin, also known by her YouTube name of Bullhorn Betty, accused the family of harming their son while, quote, inciting the public and her followers to aid her in stalking. Katie calls the YouTuber, quote, dangerous. Andrea tells me she has not received the temporary order of protection, but claims she has not done anything illegal.
If it is from her, then that's absolutely a falsehood. They can go and look at all my lives. My lives never come down off my channel. Driving on a public property, on public road with a camera hanging out, there's nothing unlawful about that. That happened over a month ago. It was when it's the only time I've been in the Hendersonville area. The questions of this case are becoming more and more.
Andrea says her main goal is to provide informational content to the public and to help find Sebastian. She tells me these accusations are just a distraction.
I don't like the drama on the channel. And the more I resist the drama and keep it focused about Sebastian, the more these distractions keep coming up. This is all about Sebastian Rogers, Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. It's not about Seth Rogers. It's not about Katie Proudfoot. It's not about Christopher Proudfoot. It's about where is Sebastian Rogers and how can we bring him home?
A court-ordered hearing is set for August 8th at the Sumner County Courthouse. Each of Bullhorn Betty's YouTube videos will be summarized for the DA's office. Until that time, a temporary restraining order says Andrea cannot stalk or come within 100 feet of Katie or her home. In Nashville, Caitlin Quisenberry, News 2.
We reached out to Katie Proudfoot for comment and have not heard back.
Sure, there's a tool for every
Imagine
job.
that.
But
Imagine that. Didn't hear back. Didn't hear back. Wow. Wow. Amazing how it really is, Gina, because, you know, I mean, I'm sorry. In my opinion, neither one of them are scared. She'll make a stink about this, Katie, but nothing about her son or doing anything about. I just think that's ridiculous. I just think that's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Yeah. There are more coming. There are more coming. All but CP filed. I mean, you know, as long as oh, I mean, you know, make your point, Katie. You know, you should have been there for the interview too. I think it's probably that she is, you know, closer to Seth, and obviously Seth and Katie and Chris aren't on good terms right now. Kane, thank you so very much, my dear. Really do appreciate that. This is getting crazy quick. At least Sebastian is getting more coverage. PhD has 3 PRs now. Of course, KP has no comment. Yeah. This is getting redonkulous. Serenity, think you find it funny that you want to file a PO, but you don't want to make a comment to the news. In my opinion, they are opening Pandora's box because they have nothing. You know, I really believe this could be a good thing as long as, in my opinion, again, my opinion, Betty has an attorney. Is that why Chris went to Louisiana and KP? He and KP are separated. You know, I've heard that he was in Louisiana. I have no idea where he's at right now, to be quite honest with you. I think it's you know, Chris and Katie, there may be some, you know, their relationships was on the rocks prior to Sebastian going missing, right? Prior to Sebastian going missing. Now, after all of this, Sebastian missing, I mean, and in my opinion, all the inconsistencies that Chris and Katie have said with changing their story, it's got to be very, stressful. So, and a lot of times stress is will separate a couple. Justin, did you see that the Sumner County Sheriff? Yes, passed away. Yeah, I reported on that in my last lab just a little bit ago. I don't know. I mean, they're stressing me out, K-Mac. Yeah, I don't see how a marriage could survive that mess. It would be a lot. Thank you, Serenity, my dear. Someone on TikTok said there is one there for Chris. I think this is trying to keep from doing her coming together thing on the 26th. It may be. Hold on. I'm checking to see if Chris has filed too. This against BHP has nothing to do with on Seth's supposed in the past, according to the lore lodge. Right. Yeah. I mean, they have, Chris has used the, they already have an attorney, right? And when I say an attorney, they have an attorney friend. So, and I'm not saying that they have helped out with filing this or anything, but it wouldn't be a surprise if it did happen. CP needs KP for a babysitter while he was working. So, ooh. Yeah. It looks like that's crazy. That's just crazy. They are trying to scare off and intimidate anyone from coming in to search for Sebastian. My opinion, the only people stalking and following have been them. I don't think they're separated. I mean, there's no indication that they've separated. So I don't see anything about Chris filing at this point. We just checked. So that's interesting as well. Why hasn't Chris? Lisa says they can't stop BHB from doing the gathering of the voices. Well, yeah, I mean, they can't stop your constitutional right to and I don't think she's like protesting like the past. I think it's more of I don't know what she's doing, but I don't think it's like going out there being like crazy to authorities or anything. Yeah, Deborah. Yeah, we reported that earlier. Yeah, the TRO is within 100 feet. Yeah, I'll play it again. Here we go. I'll play it again. Sure. Give me 1 second. I'll have to refresh it, but yep. We got a little bit of a advertisement here. The mother of missing Middle Tennessee teenager said she's being stalked by a YouTuber who's covering the case. Sebastian Roger disappeared 5 months ago from. Okay, here we go. It's starting now.
Teen's mother claims she's being stalked and falsely accused by a YouTuber. So now she's taking legal action. Good evening and welcome to News 2 at 6. I'm Bob Mueller. 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers disappeared 5 months ago from his family's home in Hendersonville. The teen's mother has been granted a temporary order of protection against a Florida YouTuber by the name of Bullhorn Betty. Well, tonight, News 2's Caitlin Quisenberry sat down and spoke with the influencer.
Sebastian Rogers has not been seen since February 25th. Since then, the Sumner County Sheriff's Office, along with several other agencies, searched for a little over a week before officials said they were scaling back to focus their efforts on the investigative side. YouTubers and TikTokers nationwide have covered nearly every step, but now Sebastian's mom, Katie Proudfoot, indicates it's gone too far. In a legal filing for an order of protection, Katie says Andrea Griffin, also known by her YouTube name of Bullhorn Betty, accused the family of harming their son while, quote, inciting the public and her followers to aid her in stalking. Katie calls the YouTuber, quote, dangerous. Andrea tells me
What happened? Because there was a problem because the media feature browser did not what? Hold on. Darn it.
If you work with PDFs at all, you need Adobe
One
Acrobat.
second. Here we go. We'll play it again. Dang it. It's weird.
Now, News 2 at 6.
I'm Bob Mueller. 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers disappeared 5 months ago from his family's home in Hendersonville. The teen's mother has been granted a temporary order of protection against a Florida YouTuber by the name of Bullhorn Betty. Well, tonight, News 2's Caitlin Quisenberry sat down and spoke with the influencer.
Sebastian Rogers has not been seen since February 25th. Since then, the Sumner County Sheriff's Office, along with several other agencies, searched for a little over a week before officials said they were scaling back to focus their efforts on the investigative side. YouTubers and TikTokers nationwide have covered nearly every step, but now Sebastian's mom, Katie Proudfoot, indicates it's gone too far. In a legal filing for an order of protection, Katie says Andrea Griffin, also known by her YouTube name of Bullhorn Betty, accused the family of harming their son while, quote, inciting the public and her followers to aid her in stalking. Katie calls the YouTuber, quote, dangerous. Andrea tells me she has not received the temporary order of protection, but claims she has not done anything illegal.
If it is from her, then that's absolutely a falsehood. They can go and look at all my lives. My lives never come down off my channel. Driving on a public property, on public road with a camera hanging out, there's nothing unlawful about that. That happened over a month ago. It was when it's the only time I've been in the Hendersonville area. The questions of this case are becoming more and more.
Andrea says her main goal is to provide informational content to the public and to help find Sebastian. She tells me these accusations are just a distraction.
I don't like the drama on the channel, and the more I resist the drama and keep it focused about Sebastian, the more these distractions keep coming up. This is all about Sebastian Rogers, Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. It's not about Seth Rogers. It's not about Katie Proudfoot. It's not about Christopher Proudfoot. It's about where is Sebastian Rogers and how can we bring him home.
A court-ordered hearing is set for August 8th at the Sumner County Courthouse. Each of Bullhorn Betty's YouTube videos will be summarized for the DA's office. Until that time, a temporary restraining order says Andrea cannot stalk or come within 100 feet of Katie or her home. In Nashville, Caitlin Quisenberry, News 2.
So what do y'all think about this? What do y'all think about this? Serenity, did I read this one? I can't remember. Someone on TikTok said there is one there for Chris. I just checked. I don't see one there. I think this is trying to stop BHP from doing her coming together thing on the 26th. Interesting. War, my love. Thank you so much. They are trying to scare off and intimidate anyone from coming in the search for Sebastian. In my opinion, the only people stalking and following has been them. I think I did read that. Yes, I think I did read those. But let's see what y'all say so far. So 57% so far says they support BHB in this only. And when I put in this only, it's not about if you like her, if you don't like her, if you think she is justified in what she's done. I don't think that I mean, I honestly I don't think she's done enough to uh warrant um I mean again, I don't watch her every single time. Uh that's your birthday, Shelley. But maybe I've missed something. I don't know. 24% of you says no, I don't support her in this, and 17% says I'm unsure. So this just puts more eyes on Katie. It really does. It makes you wonder, you know, why hold on guys, I'm getting a very important phone call maybe about this. You know something? Right there. The news asked Katie, would you like to speak about your son, about relating to Sebastian, about what is going on while you are filing this? And Katie wouldn't even speak. You just let Betty go on and speak about your son, but you wouldn't even go on there and speak about it. That's not going to look good for you, ma'am. That's not going to look good for her. I mean, why wouldn't you even go on there and speak? I mean, I really don't think. Yeah, guys, please put in my opinion or allegedly, or the mods will delete it. It's don't take it personally, but in my opinion or allegedly. It just shows what Katie still doesn't do. It's the truth. If she feels so passionately about this, why isn't she speaking up? I would be surprised if there's a crowd of people. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a crowd of people at the courthouse that day. I hope she's ready, in my opinion. I believe you're right, Justin. Should have been there, all done asking about her son. I'm glad people are looking for him. I mean, to be honest with you, this woman, I mean, Betty, and like I've said, I don't like the way she says some things, does some things. I understand that, but and I get people and understand that. But in this instance, and also Betty has the support of Seth, who is the biological father. So you have the biological father saying thank you to a lot of us YouTubers who are still keeping Sebastian's name out there. In my opinion, KP has distanced herself totally. Yeah, you can't. I mean, shit. They don't do anything anymore. Hindsight says Betty just lied on the news about not being in Tennessee in a month. She was just there. They will use that against her. I don't know if she's been there in a. I mean, I really don't. I have no idea where she's been. I mean, I know she wasn't home for a few days, right? Because but regardless, you're saying, Katie's saying that the mother of a missing middle Tennessee teenager says she's being stalked by a YouTuber who's covering the case. I mean, what grants as stalking? What is how? I mean, can someone give me an example of stalking, of how Betty would be stalking Katie? I mean, it's hard. I mean, how many times? And she did document everything that she did. That's true. I mean, I don't see how Betty's stalking. I just don't, to be honest with you. I mean, what, she was in the neighborhood once? Once? I mean, for God's sake, her hotel wasn't even near Hendersonville. She has it on video when the Bower Sox were following her. Yeah. She was in Mississippi, I think. Yeah. She might have been, yeah, hanging missing posters for your son. I don't know if she called, I don't know, how the news station got it, but it's getting everybody to talk about them and BHB instead of Sebastian, in my opinion. It is. I think a lot of people likes to keep this the drama going, because it's talking about drama, and while you're talking about drama, you're not able to search, and you can't. They're staying in the weeds. You know what I mean? Lots of love for you and the pearls. Thank you, Just a Girl, my love. Thank you so much for 4 continuous months. Yep. Yeah. Are stalking and harassers. Look at the people they've followed around. And that is another point that Betty will be able to make. How they got out in front of followed JLR. I think even when they did that with Betty, when Betty got out of the car, which I don't think Betty should have got out of the car, to be quite honest with you, but I understand, sometimes you get heated. But didn't he like acknowledge he was following her? I think this calls for a Katie. Katie.
Katie! Oh, Katie! 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 Oh, Katie! 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 Oh, Katie! Katie!
Hey, Cheryl, thank you so much for 1 month, my dear. Did something happen to the sheriff that was handling this case? No. No, I mean, the sheriff of Sumner County, was it Sumner County, died? I believe it was it is allegedly, from what the chat has said, a fall. So that's really the thing I know. Serenity, thank you so very much. There is a part 3 from the Lore Lodge today. Yes, watched it. Very good. They even tried to, Lore Lodge, he sees it too, in my opinion, like the way he's like, somebody, in his opinion, from what I watched, was like, took this child out of the home. And Sebastian couldn't have done it by himself. And that's exactly right. He could not have done this by himself. Canadian Cookie, thank you, my love, for gifting 1 pearl necklace. Thank you, love. If you received that pearl necklace, please thank our beloved Canadian Cookie. Really do appreciate it. Mohawk says, yes, he did admit he was following her and asked why she was filming him. And to be honest with you, she was already filming whenever, I guess, while he was following. Now the getting out of the car thing, but I don't think she threatened him or anything like that. Joni, thank you so very much, my dear. Joni Duck, I love your name. It's so cute. If you received that membership, please thank our beloved Joni. Really do appreciate that. Soldier, thank you, my dear. Really do appreciate that. It's amazing how they want everyone that speaks about Sebastian, that maybe questions what happened to Sebastian. They want to just, like, go at or whatever. And that's bizarre. You would think even if they don't necessarily agree with you, they're at least keeping Sebastian's name out. Do they want him forgotten? That's kind of what it feels like. Soldier Girl, thank you, my dear, for gifting 1 membership. Really do appreciate you, my dear. If you received that membership, please thank our beloved Soldier Girl and Nurse Sandy. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate you, my dear. If you received that membership, please thank our beloved Nurse Sandy. FGTV, what did I forget, baby doll? I just saw that. What did I forget? Did I forget something? I'm sure that the Popo heard about them stalking the searches that came. I mean, I don't think anybody should be stalking Chris, Katie, Seth, or anything, but I don't think Betty has done that. you know, I just don't think she's respectfully have done that. They did it to Dolly. Sometimes I think you just kind of have to put maybe what you normally feel about someone aside and just the merits of this particular thing. Butterfly kisses, thank you so much, my dear. Katie, why didn't you take out a TPO for Sebastian and protect him? Why? Got a point there. Yeah, it's I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but Katie, or not Katie, Betty, she's just been to Tennessee the one time for Sebastian, right? Gonna need some more likes. Just the tip. Thank you. Thank you. Just the tip. Cindy, thank you so much for gifting a pearl necklace, my love. Thank you so much. Very sweet of you. You received that pearl necklace. Please give our Cindy a big, big thank you. Thank you again, Cindy, for that. But she's right on this. The Hatter's Madness. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, sometimes, no, I think 2 times, Soldier Girl says. I just remember the one time because she was having car trouble, wasn't she? Betty is helping find his son. You know, it's going to be interesting how this happens, whatever happens, because again, you have one of Sebastian's parents, Seth, who, you know, Betty, and him are friends. You know, I consider Seth a friend, but then you have, and you go to court, and one parent is saying she's not stalking, anybody. She is helping me look for my son. Whenever Katie over here, what is she doing? What is she doing? She's doing what's mom doing? What's mom doing? Nothing? A whole lot of nothing? And then you're going to have, Katie and the Bowerfoots and whoever saying she, is allegedly stalking me and wants a temporary, well, it's a temporary restraining order right now, or order of protection rather. So I don't know how that's going to work out. I mean, I hope Betty gets an attorney. I really hope she gets an attorney. That's what I call them, the Bowerfoots. Because I think this could end up not being so good for Katie and Chris and them in the long run. Cindy, thank you so much for gifting a pearl necklace. If you received that pearl necklace, please thank our beloved Cindy. Thank you, my love. Udi, thank you so much for becoming a new pearl. Really do appreciate you. You guys, please welcome our newest pearl, Udi. Make Udi feel welcome and part of the family. Cheryl, thank you so much for gifting one membership, one pearl necklace. Really do appreciate you. If you received that pearl necklace, Please thank our beloved Cheryl. Good to see you, Cheryl. You know, I think there has to be some type of, I would, I want to know what Katie is considering stalking. How, like, was it because she was in the neighborhood one time? That's the thing I can think. Yeah, yeah. I know Betty worked for a law firm before that, but I think it is best, always best. Yeah, you are seen in the court, in my opinion. Better if you have an attorney, even though you're not supposed to, you know, you can represent yourself, of course, but still, I just don't think, I mean, I don't see where she's stalked anything. Misty Moonlight, I hope and pray this has turned into good for Sebastian. Thank you so much, Misty Moonlight. I do too. I do too. And the thing is, if she, there's this story that just literally came out. I've got it pulled up here on the screen. And you have Katie saying, "Oh, I'm being stalked. I'm being harassed because of, my son's missing and all of this." And she doesn't leave a comment. The mother of Sebastian Rogers. But then, Betty's up there to make a comment. 102 in the shade. Wow. Yeah, Mama OG. I mean, obviously Betty and I have a lot of disagreements, right? Particularly more recently since this case. But regardless of how I feel, I don't think she's harassed or made life threatening that I have seen anyways. Now, if there's, again, something out there that I haven't seen, haven't heard, that we don't know about, then, that could change. But BF just dumped me, but I'm glad I have you guys. Oh, Ginger Snap. I'm sorry, my dear. I'm sorry. We got you, though. Both of the Bauer Sox put an order against Bet. Yes. Yep. 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 We just showed those earlier. I hopefully this will be good for Sebastian at the end of the day. And yes, his loss. Joni, thank you so much for becoming a member. Really do appreciate you. I want to know why Chris hasn't done this yet. Justin, did you ever get my pic of GPS where I applied the... Yes, I sure did, my dear. Thank you so much for that. I did get it. I did get it. Thank you so much. Yeah, we will definitely talk about that. It may be because I don't know where Chris is right now. But there is... BHB has no threat to anyone. I mean, I don't think so. I mean, Betty's maybe 5 foot max, maybe 5'1". I mean, she's short, right? Though she is tiny, she is fierce, as the saying goes. But yeah, I have heard that Chris has been out of town. Maybe some people are saying Louisiana. I don't know. I've not been able to confirm or verify that. Haven't looked, haven't checked. But that could be why he hasn't applied for it. He may not be going back to Tennessee anytime soon. But just the things I've seen, I just don't see it. I really don't see it at all. Chris has at the oh yeah, Betty, she is. That is. Chris has had it out with a couple neighbors. He is there's just this history of with Chris and allegedly Chris and Katie, according to Nina's story, what she alleges, them chasing her through like the airports and all of this. So, there'll be quite enough for Betty to kind of hand it back to him. Standing by her man. Yeah. Tammy Wynette. Go ahead, girl. Chris, he's what, 40 years old, something like that. And he's, when you're in your fifth marriage. Hey, all, I'm all in for Betty, and this shows Katie and the Proudfoots for exactly who, what, and who they are. I don't think it makes them look any better, to be honest with you. I don't. And I don't know if it's actually going to go very far because, again, you got Seth saying, she helps me out all the time. I appreciate what she's doing. Right? And then you got the Bowerfoots. Guys, it's the few neighbors that I do speak to, it's obvious, in my opinion. That's what they tell me all the time. Justin, it's obvious. It's obvious. And I'm like, well, so some people it's not, even though we've got literally this human beings right here. Let me just pull it up here. We got these human beings standing right out here. There's a vehicle right there. Joni, did I say thank you? Did I tell Joni thank you, guys? Look at that. Look at the car. Yeah, it's well, Chris has got what he wants. He's you know, I mean, he doesn't have faith living there full time yet or anything, but uh Sebastian is out. I'll be honest with you. I don't think probably any of this would have happened had it not been for Mr. I think things would be a lot. I'll just say this. In my opinion, we wouldn't be here if it weren't for CP, in my opinion. I think he is the one that has relationships have not been important for him throughout his history. I just don't think relationships matter to him. I think that he's everything is just disposable. Yes, the sheriff died, Elisa, the older man. I haven't either. I mean, I have not seen I haven't seen Betty, out in her yard or, Katie's yard doing anything or anything like that. All time. A lot of people, what is it? I mean, yeah, there's a lot of people that are, disconnected, but I mean, how does we have seen this man's, what he has admitted to. The way this man has spoken to women. I mean, the way Chris spoke to Web Sleuths, Trish from Web Sleuths, just the disregard for humans. It's really, let's see here. The way he comes on. See if I can find Web Sleuths real quick. The way he comes on. Watch this.
Okay, let's talk about it.
I want to see just the way he absolutely comes up. The first word.
Somebody backstage.
Okay, hold on.
Watch this. 1 second.
Hold on. Coming.
And we ask everybody to be respectful to the host and the guests on our show.
Let me tell you something. Trish from Web Sleuths, she is like legit the most respectable toward everyone person you could ever meet. She is always professional. And she gave respect to everyone on that panel. They were even respectable toward everyone before Chris got up there. Trish from Web Sleuths, she's been doing this for like decades in true crime. She has Web Sleuths website, which is a really good website, all things true crime. You should see it. And just look how this man comes up and speaks to these women whenever no one is heated or anything.
No crappy comments, please. Okay.
Right.
No
this is
crappy.
about a missing child.
Right.
And that's all that matters.
And we will always be polite to our guests. Okay, so who do we have here?
Always be polite to our guests. Watch this.
Who do we have here? I've put you on the platform.
You have me, Chris.
Hi, Chris Proudfoot.
Hello.
I really appreciate you coming here. I'm going to change the banner really quickly,
Yes,
so
Janet.
everybody knows it's you.
Watch this.
But I don't know how long you've been listening.
Long enough.
Okay, you sound angry. Talk to me.
Oh, I'm very.
Talk to me. We don't want to get you. The last thing we want to do, Chris, is cause problems between you and Seth. I swear to God.
What did she do? She tried to de-escalate it from the get-go. That's the last thing we want you to do, Chris, is to make you angry, trying to de-escalate it 100%.
Well, I understand that, but let me help you with something.
Okay.
Okay, a lot of the information that I've been listening to on your show, coming from Chloe, the questions that are coming through people, it's very sick.
I mean, Chris has made veiled threats on other people's channels as well, right? He has made things about allegedly Betty, who else? Dolly, JLR, maybe.
Getting and disgusting, to be personally honest with you.
Okay, let's talk about it.
So let me go ahead and address a few things to help y'all out.
Okay.
Because Chloe, you're the PI. I haven't had a chance to talk to you. You haven't even.
He hasn't had a chance to talk, is what he says. The thing is, if you question Chris or Katie and you think, you wonder what's up here, they don't like you. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. Hold on, let me see here. And they what did Chris do? He made a childish name for web sleuths. Remember that? Like we're still in, 3.
Called me.
Grade
You ain't done
school.
anything. First off,
Heather has
Heather is the only one. Heather is the only one who has reached out to me or to my wife.
I
So for
actually
you to sit
reached
on
out
this
to
show
you
and sit
a
here
month
and
or
give
so ago.
information that you have, that you don't have all the answers to, is a problem.
Okay, well, Chris, help us understand, because I know Chloe, and Chloe wants to help. And the last thing Chloe would do is want to put out misinformation. And the problem is...
I understand that. So let me just smash something real quick.
Okay.
Okay, first and foremost, anything that goes on between me and my wife is not a damn bit of anybody's personal business. I don't care what you think. I don't care what y'all got to say. That'd be like me splashing all your business out to the world.
Okay.
It does not matter what goes on in my house. We're looking for my son. That's real simple.
Your stepson, right.
It doesn't matter. Stepson, my son. All the kids are treated as if they...
The one he wanted out. The one he wanted out. The one he didn't want around his daughter. He comes up.
Your own. There is no title, a stepson, a son. It does not matter.
Well, then titles do matter. Spooky Wife, thank you so much for 4 months, my dear. Really do appreciate you. Because he has what? 5 ex-wives that would beg to differ.
That boy is loved by me just like he is my own. Just like he's my own.
Okay, Chris, may I ask you something?
Thank you, Tam. I mean, yeah, she said some things and stuff, but it's not about, to me, it's not about standing by Bullhorn Betty. It's about standing behind what is right. And again, I just don't see where Betty has gave life, made that type of I don't think she has threatened Chris or Katie that I have seen, at least. Now, again, if something comes out, there another 2 X parties for Bullhorn Betty. One is on Terry B and Maddie B. Yes, yep. I saw that. To me, it's not about my personal feelings, or about what she said to me. Even how she texted me something real. Like I said, I think Betty's life would be a lot easier if she would chill in some areas. So, and Chai, I love you too, my dear. Again, I don't really watch a lot of Bullhorn Betty anymore, but I haven't seen directly where she's like saying, like, I'm, as an example, like she's saying she's coming for someone, and a bodily, God forbid, injury, or something like that. Now, we'll see. Right, Mama OG, me too. I don't see where, I don't understand how Katie is saying that she's stalking Bullhorn Betty. Like, how is she? How can someone, stalk you when you're literally in a different state and you've only been there once? And from what I know, she just came to the neighborhood one time. I don't know. We'll see,
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
What I hope more than anything that I care about is that this can somehow benefit Sebastian's case. Whether, there can be some sort of, depositions. That's the thing that I care about. At the end of the day, that's where I'm at.
I've been doing this for a long time, and let me tell you why people are asking personal questions about you and your wife. Okay, it's because of the situation.
When it comes to that church photo, that is exactly right, Mohawk. That was all over Facebook. I probably had 8 or 10 emails with that photo sent to me alone. Now, I didn't show it on my channel. Personally, it's nothing, that I would show, but it's not like Betty was at the church and took the picture. So,
Situation in which Sebastian has gone missing, and they're wondering if whatever happened between you and your wife, does it have something to do with Sebastian going missing? I swear to you, it's not to be nosy. It's not to be rude. It's just trying to figure out what happened to Sebastian. And
okay, so let me make this even crystal clear for you.
Okay.
And everybody out there that's got all these negativity, disgusting comments and questions that y'all think you know anything about, when honestly, you don't know a damn thing. And that's the problem. You assume, you speculate, all this crap. You have no idea what me, my family, my wife, everybody involved is going through, to include Seth, his mom, and everybody else.
Okay.
Because it's the vile, disgusting crap that comes out of people's mouth. Yes, I'm a very pissed off stepfather to this whole situation.
Okay. And I understand, and I hear what you're saying. But again.
So let me help y'all with something.
Okay.
Y'all said some shit that's really, it's really none of your damn business, but since you brought it up, I'm clear it.
Okay.
My parents didn't go to Alaska 2 days after he went missing.
I don't think
Why my
anybody said
parents
that.
went to Alaska was because my stepfather went for work.
Okay, nobody said they went 2 days after he went missing.
Oh no, it's out there. Trust me, because I have.
Okay,
terabytes.
I did not say that.
Nobody
I didn't say
said that
you.
here. Okay.
I said people.
Okay.
Now I have terabytes of videos of Seth on here saying some vile stuff. I've got videos of everybody and their comments out here.
But
trust me, what I'm bringing to you is not that I'm just pulling stuff out of the air.
I understand. No. And Chris, I'm glad you cleared that up. That's a good.
And by the way, they didn't go for a month.
Okay.
They went for 2 weeks. My stepdad went on business. My mom went with him, but it's really nobody's business.
Well, but Chris, let me, and please understand, I swear to God, I'm coming from a place of understanding because I've been doing this for years. Okay. Here's the thing. When you ask the public for help.
You know, Chris does not like cats. He's allergic to them. He says, from what I understand, allegedly. And apparently the Trisha's cat is not happy with him either. Is not happy with him at all. There we go. Got rid of little Sebastian's cats. We are pro kitty on this channel. Just an FYI. We are pro doggy, kitty, and monkeys on this channel. All animals, actually.
They're going to look at everything and try and figure out what happened to Sebastian. And let me from an outsider looking in, it's okay. His parents left town shortly after. Was there a reason? Did they take Sebastian with him? It is speculation that I am sorry it's hurtful to you, and I understand it. And that's why it's important that you clear it up. Just clear it up. Nobody's trying to be hurtful or mean. I promise you, we've all been asked to help find Sebastian. And this is what we do. We try and think outside the box. We try and ask questions and think outside the box and figure out what has gone on.
But
it is
your
not
problem with thinking outside of the box does nothing but cause speculation. And it causes people to call in tips that don't mean anything, that you're taking sources away from the investigation because.
Well, I mean, it's not, he doesn't know what kind of tips people are calling in. They're not going to share that with him. They're not going to share that with anybody. You know, him and Katie allege that flashlight video is nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Chris's official statement, as he says. He can give an official statement on that. Okay, Miss Fletcher.
Joe Schmo down the street thinks that my family owns a cemetery. We own a funeral home. Like, where in the hell do you get up with this stuff?
Okay.
Not you. I'm saying the public.
And so that, Chris, that's why it is great that you're here, because we want to clear this up and help you get it out. And I'm going to tell you something, Chris, when it comes to the general public, they're always going to be calling in crazy tips and doing crappy things.
Yeah, Miss Fletcher. We played that. That's what we were playing just a little bit ago. Thank you, my dear. Appreciate you.
And all we can do is say, that's not us. We are not doing that.
Well,
But
It doesn't
and
matter,
I
though.
did want to clear
That
it
does
up.
not
Chris.
matter.
I
Doesn't
did want
matter
to clear it
one
up,
iota.
Chris. I
Chris?
did reach out to you on March 17th, publicly and privately. You responded to me publicly. You asked me to ask my question publicly. I did. You didn't respond. I reached out to you privately again.
I mean, I cannot believe that Katie just literally fell for this. You know, what they are reporting, hook, line, and sinker, in my opinion. She would allow the person, Katie would allow the person, meaning Bullhorn Betty, that she's going to court with, allegedly, to speak on her son on a Nashville network, but she would not respond to it. That just baffles me. The absence makes it louder and louder, in my opinion. It just makes it louder and louder. At this time of the interview, the police were no longer actively searching for Sebastian, and only when checked out tips came in. The day after this interview, the photos dropped in Facebook. Yes, that is true. Where's Katie? Where is the fear for your son? Where is the fear for that? Where is the fear for your son? Where Sebastian is? Is he okay? Is he alive? Where is that fear? You're not speaking for even your son. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's it's I mean, and to be honest with you, you know, Katie, she is in the public now, right? She went on a national show, on a couple national shows, Nancy Grace and that one news station. And obviously, you've asked for the public's help. You've, in my opinion, made a lot of different inconsistencies in your statements. Now, I agree. People should not be saying that anyone is guilty, using the word guilty. Nobody should be saying that. But asking a question about, why are you not doing this? Why is your stories changing? Why did you say this? Why did you say that? why does that, there's people behind the area of your house in the middle of the night and you say it's nothing? You wouldn't even get up and speak in this interview that the press reached out to you. What was that? Yeah, I mean, that's the question. That's the question. But you're saying, oh, Betty is stalking you. Well, how? How?
So I have reached out to you.
Where in the public? Where?
I reached out to you on Facebook. I reached out to you on Facebook Messenger privately. You've never read my message.
Well, don't take this the wrong way, but a lot of the bullshit that I get in Facebook.
No, that's fine. That's
I'm
fine.
not-
I just want to make it
Yeah.
clear
Can
that
I explain to you?
Maybe I'm looking at the wrong thing.
You send me messages along with thousands of other people.
I understand.
We are Sebastian's Army. Thank you, Michelle, for 8 continuous months. Thank you, my dear. Sorry I'm late. We had to get my grandson weighed in for his football game playoffs. Sheila is late, y'all. Oh my God. Sheila, we're portable. We're portable. You can just put us in your phone. We can go get weighed in with you. I'm just kidding. Sheila to the office, please. Sheila to the office. We need a late slip for Sheila. Thank you. Baby kisses for that right up. Sheila to the office. Thank you, Sheila. Well, we are portable now. Just put us in your little phone. You'll hear my little gay Appalachian voice. What's that? Oh, God. Where are Chris and Katie tonight? I have no idea. They are probably watching us right now. Something's up.
And that's why I took it public. And you did respond to me and asked me to ask my question publicly because you wanted whatever answer you were going to give to be public to clear it up.
What was the question that you asked me? Since I neglected your question.
And that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I want to make it clear that I haven't not tried to reach out to you.
Chris, I know you're mad. I can feel it. I can hear it, and I understand it. You've got to believe me when I tell you this.
Well, this is the thing. JJ Johnson says, it's not stalking when you just talking about somebody, and she's been talking about films like every day, everybody else. So there'll probably be a little more people in court, just my opinion. So the thing is, obviously we have free speech in America. Now, there is even limitations to free speech. Your opinions versus slander are two different things. It's sometimes not what you say, but how you say it. Right? So there's that. Now, this is the thing. If I were Betty, and I had an attorney, I would say, well, what has Betty done? What has Betty done so bad that others haven't done, right? Betty's been to the neighborhood once. There's been a lot of people in and out of that neighborhood, right? She was hanging posters, maybe someone telephone poles just everywhere. So there's been a lot of people do that. So what makes the difference between Betty and anyone else? The Bowerfoots have physically gotten out of cars themselves before, right? With JLR. Yeah, R. Taylor Justin, the sad thing is here, Sebastian, whom is losing out once again. The attention is off Sebastian. Again, the situation is out of control. I understand that. I am praying that this might be something that ends up being a positive for maybe getting more clarity, more answers, because you can choose, you can have your there can be a discovery phase. You can get someone on the stand, you can ask them questions, you can get witnesses. So it's not going to be, I don't know. What do you think?
Please, if you can dial it back a bit and get it.
I'm so sorry, my dears. Nana's Dragonfly, thank you, my sweet Nana, for 3 continuous months. Love you to pieces, Nana. Thank you so much. Oh, my Irony Rose. Good to see you, love. Good to see you as well. Thank you, guys. Y'all are so amazing. So sweet to me. CP has no attachment or anything or anyone, and this is why he goes through pets like Kleenex. Kathy, I was thinking that Zelensky, I don't know if it will be that's we'll have to see about that. CP has no attachment to anything or anyone. This is why he goes through pets like Kleenex. There have been a lot of pets, and I don't know how you just get rid of them like that either.
Us some of these answers and let us help you clear up this bull.
That's true, Regina.
So it doesn't interfere anymore. And like I said, you're always going to have crazy people interfering and coming up with rumors, and it's so maddening and frustrating, and I hate it. It pisses me off more than anything, and anybody that knows me knows
that. It pisses you off? You're not in our shoes.
I know.
You haven't been in our shoes.
Okay, well, you don't know that, but I haven't been in your shoes and missing a child, no. But believe me, I can understand what you're going through, and what I'm saying is we can help you, Chris. We can help you, all right? Anybody here in this chat that asked about a cemetery, it's because somebody else brought it up. Just tell us.
Exactly. And my question comes back to, where do these people come up with this crazy crap?
That's $1 million question. I don't know.
Yeah, online.
Let's clear it up. Let's clear it up for you. Let us help you.
You're saying, I believe, Chloe, you're saying online. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm sorry. I said that. There's a lot of
Stacy.
crazy people online. And just to let you know, I understand you get a lot of messages. I reached out to you when Sebastian first went missing too, to see if we could help in any way. So.
Yeah, but Chris,
that's Elisa. That's another thing. Seth had no idea CPS was called to that house. until after Sebastian was missing. Allegedly, from what I understand, allegedly they made it seem like Seth was not even in Sebastian's life. Now, why? Why? That's yeah, Karma Moon. Yeah, we reported that earlier. Katie said Seth would be the first person on the bleachers at, any sport or any, gathering that the kids, had at school. Indigo, thank you, my dear. Indigo, the end of this call is a cringe fest. His tactic is to annihilate small errors, but offer no clarity. Shame. Yes, it's just on the attack. Just on the attack is all it is. And we don't even know what, is in those reports. Have no idea. Have no idea. The only thing we know is what Chris, Katie, and Seth said and alleged. And we also know about Nina, what she has alleged about her ex-husband, allegedly.
I understand your
did as
anger,
well.
but I'm telling you, please let us help you. Okay, we're not here to point fingers at you or whatever. But the problem is, and this is what we were talking about earlier, Chris, when the public is asked to help and then no information is provided, then people, because of social media, and social media is here to stay, unfortunately. This never used to be a problem, never, until social media. And it's terrible. I will be the first one to admit it's terrible. But let us help you clear it up, okay? So you don't own a cemetery, and
Is Canadian Cookie okay? What's wrong with what happened to her? I'm living on the edge. Need prayers for my niece. Oh, Nana, is she okay? Is she still not doing? Is she?
you don't own a funeral
stirring?
home. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay, everybody, stop with that bullshit. All right.
Here, let me add this to the thing. We don't own a private plane. We don't own 78 pieces of property. We don't own a.
I find it odd from the that Chris from the gate never accused Seth. Well, they knew where Seth was. Yeah, they knew where Seth was the entire time. CP's character, just based on having 5 wives by 40 years old, it can't be all the wives' fault. Yeah, sometimes when it gets to that point, sometimes you just kind of have to look from the inside and be like, okay, what's going on here? What's
private yacht? What else do you guys want to come up saying that we own? Like we're millionaires or something, like we've got this money growing off trees, which, by the way, it'd be great if we did, because I guarantee we wouldn't need anybody's help because he'd have been home by now.
Right. No, I understand. No, I completely understand. Okay. But understand, when the public is asked to help with social media, this is what social media does. And it can be your
worst nightmare.
or your best friend,
Yes.
and let us help it. And I can get.
Not to say that people can't change, but that is the best predictor of a person's, you know, current situation, and the future is their past behavior. You're absolutely right. It
Give
doesn't
you
mean people
examples.
can't
I can have
change.
you talk to people that have said, yes, the people at Web Sleuths, they've helped us. They've been great. Okay.
Yes.
But hey guys, I understand.
Indigo, thank you, my dear. I'll say it again, Pearls. I haven't been this addicted since my Golden Girls binge-a-thon 2005 to 2007. Oh my goodness. I love the Golden Girls. I live for the Golden Girls. That's so funny. Love the Golden Girls. Thank you, my dear. Appreciate you. Where was Mom Socks and Terry Socks that night Sebastian went missing? I would like to know that too.
Why Chris is angry.
Oh no.
Because it's coming 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Horrible crap about him. Okay. And his family. I get the anger. So we're going to help you. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to let my cat out before she drives everybody crazy. So I apologize. So hang on. Chloe, is there anything you'd like to say while I let my cat out before she drives me nuts?
I will ask the question. I'll actually read you the message I sent you.
Yes. If
This was
Gina says, if my stepson went missing, I would have sent my husband on his work trip and stayed to help them. Yeah, the job that was up in the air. I don't know why. That's the question. Why did they feel more comfortable 3.5 hours away? And the thing is, people knew where, like, it was pretty public that, where they were, right? Whether they were in Hendersonville or they were in Mississippi or they was wherever.
March 17th. Good afternoon, Chris. I wrote this in a chat you're involved with, but I'm worried it may be lost because there's so much chatter.
Yes,
First, let me say I'm a Tennessee private investigator and have been praying and actively bringing awareness to Sebastian from day one. His case is near and dear to my heart. I had a question. I know Sebastian went to his dad's every other weekend or so. Did you come home on those weekends? Not a specific date, but just in general.
Yes.
Or did Katie come and stay with you? Are you often gone during the week? Just curious about Sebastian's day-to-day dynamic with his parents. And then I messaged you again after I posted that question publicly. You asked me to post it publicly, and I did, and then I wasn't answered. And I said, hey, Chris, just messaging again. So it'll be at the top. I know you said you get a ton of messages.
So, and again, we understand that you get a ton of messages. We absolutely understand that. Is there somebody else in our chat room? I can't see it.
Heather.
Heather, do you want to come up? I guess she does.
I'm here.
Oh, she is? Okay. Oh, hi, Heather. I didn't see you there.
Hi.
Okay.
There's a lot of talk. I didn't really have a chance to say hello.
And this Heather is the other private investigator.
Yeah, I know who Heather is.
Okay. Heather, would you like to say anything?
Well, so I spoke with them earlier today, and obviously, as you know, Mr. Proudfoot did message me and ask for a number so he could come in. And I think that it is past due. I think that it's a good thing for Mr. Proudfoot to address some of the allegations that are being made. I would like to have the opportunity, like I said to him earlier today, it's good for us, Chloe and I, to have access to them to be able
to Mr. Proudfoot, to Mr. Proudfoot, to Mr. Proudfoot. Who said that?
To when we get this information, instead of having to go around them to other sources to try to get the answers to those questions, to actually be able to come to him for those answers and try to clear them up directly. So I'm glad he's here. I really am. Even though he's
I am too. I'm thrilled. I'm absolutely thrilled.
Angry, I'm glad he's here, and I've spoken to him before, and he's been very upset with me before. But once he calms down, I think maybe we can get somewhere. Maybe we can get somewhere.
Yeah. Okay, so let's address something real quick with your viewers who say I'm drunk and belligerent. No, I'm just a pissed off dad. So let's get that real clear.
Hey, everybody, if any, mods.
So if you want to keep your comments and that's how your audience wants to play this game, then no, I'm not going to clear up anything or turn the chat off. If you want to clear this up, let's get it right. And let's take all the stupid people out of this equation and answer the deals.
Okay, Chris, hang on.
What makes them stupid? That they question you?
Mods, if anybody says anything rude about any of our guests, I want you to ban them. Kick them out. Okay?
It's like this. If you ain't got nothing factual about me to say, keep your mouth shut.
Well, okay, but Chris, they don't know if it's factual.
Exactly.
Okay?
So that's the best recommendation I can give them.
Well, but they want to ask questions, and let me tell you why.
Questions are one thing, not a statement where I'm belligerent and I'm drunk, because guess what, folks? I could read the comments that you post.
I know. And I'm telling everybody, if anybody says anything rude, they're booted from chat. Moss, if you could boot them. Stacy, could you get Ping over here to help us? Anybody?
And the other part of this is if it's nothing in regards to Sebastian, I really don't give a shit.
No, and I agree, Chris. And I mean, I don't know if you heard, I didn't want to discuss.
Oh, I asked a lot of questions and she wouldn't discuss it. Absolutely.
I think it's semantics at this point. He's been missing for 2 months, and I don't know how his bathroom habits are going to help me find him.
6 months.
Exactly. Mind you that children with autism do have bladder and bowel movement issues to control themselves, but I'm not really worried that people can't read and do their own.
Well, but Chris, let me tell you.
I mean, I'm not going to sit here and care about that either.
Let me tell you why that was brought up. Okay, it's because of what Seth said. Seth said at his house he didn't.
Yes, you are correct. No, you are correct. You just hit the nail on the head.
Mm-hmm.
You just hit the nail on the head. Seth has opened his mouth. He has said a lot of things he probably shouldn't. And he needs to learn how to close it, because quite honestly, none of that has anything to do with finding Sebastian.
Right. And you know what? But Chris, let's keep it that way, because Seth has.
Okay. This is my question. If nobody knows what happened to Sebastian, right? And Chris and Katie doesn't know what happened to Sebastian, right? How can they say that has nothing to do with what happened to Sebastian? If someone is asking a question, you know what I mean? It's like, unless you know what happened to Sebastian, you don't know what happened to Sebastian. It's like, well, that has nothing to do with finding Sebastian. Well, listen, Seth is bio father. So, he's probably got more right to speak than perhaps anybody else in the world.
Said he is not going to do that anymore, and he hasn't.
Bullshit. Let me explain to you why. That Sunday, when I went to that vigil and spoke to Seth very calmly, very respectfully, we were having a good conversation while everybody stood behind me and would snap them little pictures and stuff. Heather came up in the conversation. She saw us. It was not a aggressive conversation. It was actually a good one.
Mm-hmm.
But see, it wasn't 3 hours later. Seth was on YouTube on somebody else's show sitting and he's blaming Katie, my wife, for Sebastian's disappearance. Now, unless you got cold hard facts, which you don't open your mouth.
People can have an opinion about, I mean, I think Seth can say what he wants. I mean, it's his own kid. But listen, I will not call anyone guilty. But what I will say is there was allegedly 2 people in that house that night. Katie tells us about everything that happened that day in detail. But suddenly, whenever they get home, they just get home. He takes out the trash. She's laying on the couch, talks to her husband, and he's in his bedroom, and there's a thud. That's it. That's all we know. That's all we know. There's nothing else for that evening. And then before that, there's flashlights and a car and something going on. And then one going back toward the house through the common area. And then the so many inconsistencies. And if that doesn't set off questions, I don't know what. I mean, it sets off questions, right? Here they allege you was at work at 5:15. Hell, why 5:15? It's insane. It's actually insane. It is a fact that there was at least one person coming from a common area. It is a fact that there was no scent of Sebastian. It is a fact that he has not been seen on any camera since that we are aware of in that neighborhood or anywhere else. It is a fact that there was a car sitting outside in a strange area in the early morning hours of February 26th. It is a fact that someone went running back toward the area. It is a fact that all of these things that I just said, those are facts. Now, I can go on and 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 on about some inconsistencies, but that alone should be like, what the hell?
Because all you're doing is making an ass out of yourself because you're assuming.
Well, it's called deduction theory is what it's called, right? It's highly unlikely that any person would go outside barefooted in the cold for any reason, much less walking away from your home. Right? Much less not leaving a scent. Which is something you can't stop, right? Those are facts. I mean, how are you gonna how are you going to stop leaving a scent? Those are factual things.
That everybody is grieving and handling this situation differently. I won't comment on
Guys,
if I agree with
please
any of
don't pay attention
the
to
ways that people are acting at this point. I do think, in the last week we've been trying to build a bridge, and I know it's difficult and it's not going to be just clean and perfect, but I think if we can all just refocus and try to not focus on the other things people have done that make you angry.
So here, let me explain to y'all something that y'all don't get a chance to see, because unfortunately we're meeting on a very bad circumstance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but Seth can contest to this. So Seth comes to Tennessee. He gets his job in the security force. He wants to be law enforcement. He has had a dream of being law enforcement since I have known him.
Okay.
There was a chance for something that came up, and I called him and said, look, I think you should apply for this. I think you'd be great at it, which is the job he currently has.
Okay.
Now, he gets accepted. He's excited. He calls me and says, thank you, man. I really appreciate you helping me. That I have been a supporter and a cheerleader for him this whole time.
Okay.
But y'all don't get to see that. And Seth's not going to tell you that. During the middle of the training, Seth decided one day he wants to call me, tell me he doesn't think he's going to complete it. But I told him, I said, look, you're going to sit there and you're going to go back in there and you're going to complete this training because your son thinks you hang the moon and the sun. So you need to go in there and prove to your son that dreams and goals can be met.
Mm-hmm.
I have been very, very supportive of him trying to do these things. I have told him on Sunday, I supported him then, I would support him now. But I will not stand by and watch somebody be straight up disrespectful and accuse people and say things that have absolutely no bearing. Absolutely nothing.
Okay, well, again, I just, if I could just step in.
I mean, Chris, I would love for us to read.
That's right, Linda. Sebastian was very high functioning, not handicapped, and able to put on his shoes. I mean, he was, he just, the people say that he was just like any other kid really in school.
Focus and talk about not necessarily the investigation that we can't talk about, but what has been done, what you understand about dog tracks, what you understand about the circumstances. We could go on and on all night, and I know we have a lot of really big feelings that are valid. But I think Heather would agree. We would just really love to redirect this back to Sebastian, because the anger doesn't solve anything.
It's not truly all anger. It's disappointment.
No, and I'm not saying that. And I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying, at this point, it's just
not helping find Sebastian.
Yeah, and it's like an energy vampire, right. And we're all tired. And I mean, I can't imagine how tired you are. I know how tired I am. So I would love to redirect back to what you know and what you think.
And then I have some questions that I hope you can answer that will help clear things up.
I'll answer questions unless it's something I have been told by law enforcement that I cannot answer. I've said that from day one, and I'm telling you now, it has not changed. So ask your questions.
Did you pass the polygraph?
Yes, I sure did, with flying colors.
And it was TBI that gave it to you?
Yes, TBI gave it to me along with another agency.
Okay.
No, that was kept quiet because it's nobody. We kept it all quiet.
No. Yeah. No, 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 no. I'm sorry. No. On day 7. On day 7 on Duchess's channel, it was asked 3 times. First time, passed. Did y'all take a lie detector, a polygraph? Passed was the word. Passed. And then it was asked again. Passed. And then it was asked again. Well, I didn't say who passed, is what he said. And then he said, well, TBI knew where I was, so I didn't need to take a polygraph. Something to that effect. Then he went on Nancy Grace's. Name the time and place. Because on Nancy Grace's, he said that he hadn't taken a polygraph, but he said, name the time and place. Nancy would pay for the polygraph. Seth took the polygraph. Chris said he would take the polygraph. Well, he then says, TBI will now give me a polygraph. And then I might take Nancy's polygraph after I've taken the one with TBI. Chris has yet, that at least we know the public, and Nancy hasn't said anything, to take a polygraph to date. He has not taken a polygraph from Nancy to date. Now, if TBI says to you that, which is what Chris is alleging in the beginning, that they don't need to give you a polygraph because of where you were, that's Chris's words, then they're not going to just go give you a polygraph because you want a polygraph. If they have ruled you out that you could not have been there, which they have not said anything that I'm aware of about that. So why the only person we know, you and I know, who has taken a polygraph and has passed is Seth Rogers. The guy, the polygrapher who gave the test, spoke on Nancy Grace's about that. Now, Chris says that TBI gave him a polygraph. We have no idea other than what Chris says. And he says they gave him a polygraph after the Nancy Grace show and that he passed. But he also said that passed in the very beginning. He says, we have been vetted. We have been vetted. We have been cleared of any possible wrongdoing or any sort of foul play. So I personally don't believe that anyone has taken a polygraph other than Seth, in my opinion, because he did it on national television. Law enforcement is not going to tell us whether anyone has taken a polygraph. And to me, it's not the fact that Chris or Katie would have passed it or failed it. It's the fact that they didn't do it. The fact that he didn't do it. So that is no bueno, Chris, in my opinion.
Well, no, I mean, I think it's great that you're telling us now.
Right. And, you know, Seth knew about it the day on that Tuesday when I took it, passed it. They called and told him that I passed it.
And okay, well, maybe he was told he couldn't say anything.
No, he was told he could say something. They told him so he would try to keep his rhetoric down. That's why they told him. And I have the text message where they asked me if they could tell him. And I said, I have listened to y'all from the beginning. I'm listening to you now. So please do what you feel is best.
Okay. So you passed the polygraph with flying colors. Let me ask you this. People in chat are asking, did you tear down any posters of Sebastian, you or anyone you know?
That is a straight up no. And I can't believe people would think I would tear down flyers or posters of my missing stepson.
Okay,
which,
again,
you know, another thing
And
which is kind of funny that you bring this up, because some people, and yes, they are pertinent to the investigation, have said that there's a video floating around of me tearing these things down. If you got it, post it. Because if you ain't got it, shut up.
And I mean, I'll say on record from myself, I have never seen that.
And
exactly, because it doesn't exist.
I don't remember Seth. There you go, Pale Rider. I don't remember Seth ever confirming that either. I will say I don't think Chris and Katie has ever tore down posters. Personally, I don't think they've ever tore down posters. However, I don't know why they took the ones off their car.
I'm sure it doesn't.
And I want to say on record that in my conversation earlier with Chris and Katie, Katie said she had one request of me, and that was that when I do these interviews, that I, at some point in the interview, remind people to hand out the flyers and put them up everywhere.
Please, we're begging. I don't know how to beg you even more. I don't know what it's going to take for America, the world, whoever, to understand. We are begging you to hang posters, talk to whomever, spread the words, keep your eyes open. And when,
well, if that's what I mean, okay, you're begging people to hang posters. Well, spread the word. Wasn't that what Betty was doing?
when you find something, don't wait 2 weeks to make a report. Because let me tell you something, that's what's been going on. Some of the leads that are coming in are 2 and 3 weeks old.
Yeah.
Why do you
Instead
think
of when you see something, you pick up the phone immediately and you call the cops.
Yeah.
Don't call your best friend and say, hey, I think I've seen this kid. Don't call these investigators. No offense, Chloe and Heather. You don't call them first. You don't call Seth. You don't call anybody but law enforcement only, and make your report immediately.
I will say, you know, we've received tips that maybe haven't been called into law enforcement, but we call them in. And we also received tips that have been called into law enforcement, but the person that called the tip in didn't get any feedback when they were told they were going to be called back. And so they were worried that maybe it didn't get looked into enough. So I don't think
for the record,
passing
right. So
to law
for the record, I think what folks need to understand.
Thank you so much, Jill. Appreciate you, my dear. Thank you. Thank you. Why did Nick Garris post used the exact same word CP uses. We were totally vetted. That is a good question. And then he took it down. Right? Call 911, take your own advice. Right? Right, paper. That's a good question. He posted that and then he took it down. Because if they have been vetted and cleared, I would think TBI would come out with that.
Because no, y'all don't know, y'all don't have all the information that Katie and I and some of the information that Seth has. You don't. And I understand that. And I'm sorry that we can't give you every single thing under the sun. I wished we truly could. But unfortunately we can't.
Right.
But when you do make a report and you give them a name and a number, you tell them the location, you tell them a very detailed description and everything. You don't expect to get a call back from law enforcement, period. Don't. Because I'm sorry, but they don't have the time to stop and answer every single callback when they're looking for missing children, not just ours, but there's so many children out there that are missing.
Right.
So I'm sorry that some of y'all feel that you deserve an answer, but it's not. And I'm sorry, it's just going to sound rude when I say.
No, Sebastian deserves to be found and deserves answers about what happened to him. That's who deserves it.
But you don't deserve an answer. You'll get the answer when we get the answer. The family gets the answer on a missing boy, not strangers. They're not calling y'all to tell you.
Chris, this is what I have to tell when I talk to law enforcement, and it's difficult to accept, and I still have trouble with it too. This is the way it is. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. But again, when you ask the public for help, people are going to start looking, and they look at the last place that Sebastian was known to be. And then it just goes from there. And I'm sorry, it shouldn't, but that's how it does. And we can clear a lot up tonight. And I'm so
let's
glad.
do this.
Okay, BW says, Chris, are you frustrated with law enforcement, or do you feel like you're getting adequate information from them?
I'm not upset with law enforcement. I'm going to tell you right now, the agencies that are involved have thrown every asset that they have at this. What people don't understand, this has actually probably been one of the largest searches for a missing child in Sumner County history, period.
Oh, I agree with that. That's probably the largest search in Sumner County history. That's
and probably in the state with the number of assets.
But what's sus is on day 7, whenever he said they're going to be studying this for years.
I think they're doing everything they can. You bet your sweet hell I am. You can bet on it. I don't think, just short of making everybody in this United States go hand in hand, start on one side of the country and sweep through hand in hand, that's probably about, I don't know what else to tell you. I'm very happy with what they've done. I know there are some other folks that don't feel that way, and I'm sorry because they are not in the know. But you do have to remember one thing. They're not going to expend every single asset, every single minute of the day on one child.
Of course.
You have to keep in mind how many children are missing, and it has to be equally dissolved among everybody. And I'm not going to lie to you. It hurt. It hurt the day that they came in on day 8 and told us that they have to pull back. It ain't nothing. There was
MJ.
more of a gut punch to take
What year did he say it was?
than being told that. I mean, it
I can imagine. I mean, yeah, because you're not expecting them to say that. You're not expecting them to say, yeah, we're going to pull back and put less.
I do expect that, but here's the thing.
I don't know.
I'm also a
Could be.
realistic person.
Mm-hmm.
I would love for them to expend every aspect and every asset of every single second of the day finding Sebastian. That's not realistic.
Yeah,
it's
I
not.
understand. I want to read you a comment,
right
and I like this comment from Brittany Cole. It says, sometimes you have to block out the noise, Chris. The public will do what they do, and that's the truth. A lot of us are just trying to offer help. It's the bad ones that you remember, and not all the much bigger crowd of good people who are not doing this.
And I mean, weeks ago, somebody asked me what I thought, and I had some information from court documents that could have been a lot of quote unquote tea for the internet to have.
Oh God. Here it goes.
And I refused to release it because
Court documents on let me ask you this, on who? Me, Seth, Katie. Okay.
I refused to release it because, number one, I didn't think it would help find Sebastian. Number two, it was a deeply personal thing. And also,
when she was young?
Yes.
Okay, so let me
finish, and I referred to the Michael Vaughn case, where his parents got completely slaughtered.
Yes, they did.
By the public for a very long time. And they didn't do anything to that boy. I do not believe
they didn't.
Now they have proof. But they just got slaughtered. And if people can say without a shadow of a doubt that they just know what somebody did, and they don't. Well, if you know, take it to the police and let's solve this.
Yeah. Tell all the Sherlock Holmes and Watsons out there, since they have their PhDs in criminal justice and forensics and all this, since they've got it, by all means, we welcome you to the case. We welcome you to come in here and show us and show these law enforcement officers that have so many years of experience that they don't know anything. We'd love for you to do it.
Chris, this isn't helping.
I know it's not helping, but this goes back to what's being asked.
Let's get people on your side, and then we can all work together. Because I know
that's just the thing. This isn't about sides. This is not about sides.
Exactly, and that's
what this is about. Sebastian.
It is. But if we're not,
I'm Team Sebastian. I was brought in to do one thing.
Same.
Okay, guys. Let me just say, coming from the other side, you want the public's help. You need the public's help. Let's not insult the public. There are asses out there. And believe me, we fight against them all the time, don't we, Stacey? Constantly. These jerks out there that pull all this crap just to get clicks.
What year did he say it was on Nancy's? Tell me again. Right, Nana? It is from what my records is showing me, it is a 2020. 2020. Let me check. We'll check. It's a 2020. Here, we'll go to Nancy Grace's and see if we can find it. Nancy Grace. Chris Proudfoot. Let's see here. Here we go. See what Yuri said.
Yes, ma'am.
Could he have left on his own through? So that night you go to bed at right?
Let me find it.
At night, they can only off and on.
Mr. Proudfoot, when did you leave town?
To February. I have a RV.
Your vehicle, Mr. Proudfoot, right? And had you guys been talking on the phone before?
Why? Privileged information.
To accompany my husband going back to work, and because my son
with a belt.
Gotta have a punishment for this. Probably something dealing with school, because so it's a.
That's a lie.
I didn't. Okay, so the one and only time actually.
You hit him with a belt.
So I called CPS. I have no idea. And my attorney and myself.
Was there a TRO take?
When we went.
I've got a question about the belt incident. Did you replace furniture?
Yes, ma'am. There's a bed that was given.
Curious about a statement.
On yes, regards to from day one, 10 to
hit on the retention pond. Been quote.
No nefarious issue at any point in time that they.
What is your theory?
Because I feel like if.
Have you checked his social media?
Yes, ma'am. A cousin, and so be the barn, but I do know that they did track to the pond. Yes.
Did the dogs also hit around the house?
Yes, ma'am.
On the outside of the house?
Dogs.
Yes. So the clothes.
Yes, right now, in addition to Katie Pratt.
Response to maybe it's back here. Where they're talking about privilege
To win other daughter, Faith's bedroom, and away. Okay, so his is on ground.
By law enforcement because of my whereabouts. I did not need one.
There you go. See what I tell you earlier. Remember, he said, because of my whereabouts, I did not need to take one. What I tell you? I'm going to play that again.
Okay. Have the two of you taken a polygraph?
I have.
I have not.
Would you be willing to?
I've offered and volunteered on many occasions to take a polygraph, and I was told directly by law enforcement because of my whereabouts, I did not need one.
But yet he said passed. I didn't say who passed.
I understand. Ms. Proudfoot, did you pass your polygraph?
I did.
Those questions out of the way. Was Faith in the home?
Self went to bed.
Where do they sleep?
They have a.
Had the house on at all?
We need to find the truck.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The reason I'm value was caught.
1 second.
I drive
here. 1 second.
A Infinity SUV.
Year?
2017.
And sir, what do you drive?
I drive a diesel truck, Chevrolet.
Year?
I don't remember off the top of my head. I think it's a
2021, I think.
Okay, so it is the wrong year. From my records, it's a 2020.
So your Infinity SUV was parked in the
One
garage
sec.
or
Let me see
outside
if
the
they
garage
look
that
different,
night,
the
Ms.
21 and
Proudfoot?
21.
In the garage.
In the garage. And Mr. Proudfoot, your vehicle was on location in Memphis. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. So there's only one car at the home. Is that right?
There was actually a work vehicle in the driveway at the time as well, but it hasn't moved. We can't give out that information because we don't have permission from her work.
I don't understand that. What?
About the make and model of the vehicle.
I have a work van that was also parked in the driveway.
Why is that? If it's out in the driveway where people can see it, why is that privileged information?
We just don't have permission from her company to divulge that information.
Have you asked?
No, ma'am, we have not. Nobody's asked us
So
that
that
question,
was
to be honest with you.
okay. So you have a work van. Question to you, Ms. Proudfoot, what do you do for a living?
I am an installation technician.
Yeah. Do you install heating and cooling units? Do you install motors? Do you install, chips for computers? Do you install fan blades? Do you install, I don't know, security systems? What CP? Because you think you asked about your work transportation. Yes, it's very interesting. Could that car be the work van? I don't think so. In my opinion, I don't think it's the work van at all. And two reasons generally. Generally, with a lot of the work vans, they put additional, usually trackers on it. And two, the back of the van that Katie drives, on the very top, because it's a very high van, it has lights across, like several lights across it. And I think it would have, those would have been very bright, in my opinion. News 2 made a post on Facebook about KP filing the order and is going on. KP, they didn't think this, though. Let's look at News 2. Let's see here. While I'm looking for that, I want to play something. We've seen it a lot, but I want to play it again because I think it's very important. Because in my opinion, the way Nick was making it sound the other day, listen to what he says.
The video you're about to see is from early Monday morning, February 26th, around 3:10 a.m. Now, there are no street lights in the Stafford Court neighborhood, so it is at night, pitch black. What you will see here are these 2 points of light believed to be people with flashlights in the area around Sebastian Rogers' Hendersonville home. It is believed Sebastian left his home barefoot and with a flashlight sometime overnight. Since his disappearance, authorities have reviewed security video from homes in the neighborhood looking for clues. We have had several clips that have come in, and this one is getting the most attention, showing signs of activity around Sebastian's home the night he disappeared. You see 2 light sources, which we've circled to help you follow. For point of reference, the security camera was pointed toward the back of Sebastian's home in a common area. In the video, you see subject 1 with a light source in the lower right-hand corner. Then you see subject 2 briefly appear and move toward the first before that light source is covered or obscured by bushes. Subject 1, a few seconds later, then moves
Right
out
after
of
this.
frame. Then subject 2 reappears and follows subject 1 off screen. It's a short time later and it's very vague, but then you see one of the subjects moving quickly back through the common area, and that is it.
Right here.
I know there's not much to see here. You certainly cannot identify anyone, but those close to the investigation tell me the mere fact that there is now evidence that someone is in the area around Sebastian's home is significant.
The mere fact, people close to the investigation tell me that the mere fact that someone is outside of Sebastian's home, near Sebastian's home, is significant. Okay. And yet Chris and Katie says nothing to see here, nothing to see here. And they wanted to know where this video came from because it wasn't supposed to get out. So there's that. All right. On WKRN News Channel 2, interest in the case has been nationwide, but now Sebastian's mother, Katie Proudfoot, indicates it's gone too far. She just got a temporary order of protection against a YouTuber by the name of Bullhorn Betty. Let's see what the comments say. All comments. Is that the same one that was harassed Brian Laundrie's family? So why is the vigil in Clarksville not to discount anything, but why there? I'd be shocked if she doesn't know where. Unfortunately, I'd be shocked if she doesn't know where her son is. Someone wrote the mom already did something to her child and she's figuring it out. There's a lot of things. Katie, where was Sebastian's protection order? As a parent, our job is to protect our children at no cost, especially those of special needs. Sebastian was failed by those who should have protected him. What is done in the dark will always come to light. I pray he is found and those involved will be punished to the highest degree. Sebastian's army. Yeah. Amazing. It is just amazing to me that Google's most common used vans for companies is Chevrolet Express 2500. The van that Katie drives is a Dodge van that I know 100% fact. Hey Aries, good to see you. Shut again. I'm going to put on some screenshots, but there was more lights on the top corner, right corner, and the left bottom corner. I don't think that it's a Ram, a Dodge Ram. So are all these people going to get charged with harassment? Have you looked at the shadow people to see if they are carrying anything when they're in the common area? You can't tell from the little bit that we see. You can clearly see someone's walking there. Did Katie state what Betty did? No. She just says harassment. Someone wrote, "What's gone too far is the disappearance is so suspicious, and it's strange how he hasn't been found yet." This is BS. That woman never searched for her son. Whatever someone gets close, the family comes up with many more ways to stop people from searching, in my opinion only. Katie Proud should have been. Okay, I don't want to read that. I don't care why she cares. I don't know why she cares about anything but finding her child. Someone wrote, "She's scared. We just want to know what happened to your son." A TRO is merely a preliminary hearing, filing a complaint against someone until the court date can determine the validity of the initial allegations, typically within 1 week's time. Get back to us after the court when the plaintiffs provide their case to the satisfaction of the court to the issue an order of protection against the blogger. Someone wrote, she can go get a PO against someone looking for Sebastian Rogers, her son, and she can't even call law enforcement to report her son missing. The stepfather did, and she was on mute. Go BHB, go justice for Sebastian. Katie, tell us where your son is. You never searched for him. Just something else to make it look more guilty, trying to stop people from looking for her kid because she ain't and don't want him found. Restrain that BI. You know what I'm saying. Katie is a sorry excuse. Look for your child. Katie, I mean, really, people are. She is keeping video record for her stalking. Please watch her videos to see how dangerous she is. Someone wrote, she is absolutely a dangerous person. She is keeping video record for her stalking. What are you, Katie's sister or something? Someone wrote. Just tell everyone in these comments watches way too much true crime. I would say 85 to 90% is in support of BHB. There are a couple that aren't, obviously. Looks something like Chris to me. Yeah, Elisa, I understand where you get that from, Elisa. Betty followed Terry and not Terry followed Betty. That he's hidden somewhere in Hendersonville. I don't know. I mean, I think statistically he's more likely to be somewhere within 25 miles statistically. But I also think Betty followed Terry and not Terry followed Betty. I don't have any evidence that Betty followed Terry. If you can provide that, I'll be willing to watch it. But the only thing that I see was Betty in an area. She was speaking to a cop. After the cop left, you see Terry behind Betty, and then Betty got behind Terry, and Kathy and Terry followed JLR and Dolly. Yes. So, no, driving down a street is not stalking. Yeah, we can play it. Betty, Bullhorn Betty. Is it under Bullhorn Betty? Was it live? Let's see here. See if we can see it. 10 days ago. What was it entitled? Does anyone know what it was titled? 2 weeks ago. Haters gonna hate. Was it a month ago? Might have been this one. No, that's not it. Here's the nothing but silence. I don't know how long ago it was. The confusion. Where's Katie's pickle bag? Pickle bag. Chris, Coach Katie. Where was Chris? It's a sea bag. See your email. Petra Van H. This video will explain you a lot about BHB and Terry Bowersock's important. Who's the creator? I don't know who it is. I'll watch this. I'm going to subscribe to them. And then I'll look at it. I'm trying to get somewhere because it's and something in front of her. Okay, I'm watching this video that you just sent me. And listen, am I the biggest Bullhorn Betty fan? I'm not. Because of the things she's said to me recently and stuff. But the thing that I am for is the truth. And it's not just because I just don't, because I'm just angry at Betty because of the nasty message she sent me. I actually don't think that she is harassed. I don't think she was following the Bauer Foots or whoever they are. In fact, the guy said it. I will watch this, but the video that you just showed me respectively, and I've just seen about maybe 10 seconds. I fast forwarded to a lot of it. It looks like, and again, I'm going to watch the entire thing before I make a decision. But it looks like it's more of like a conspiracy that she was waiting for someone at a gas station to follow or something, respectfully. Just doesn't land well. I don't think Betty was waiting for the Bowerfoots. That is for sure. Now, did she go to their neighborhood? Perhaps. Did you see Laura Lodge put out a new video? Yes. Yes, thank you, Tiffany. It was good. Yeah, Beth, there's two more. There's two more. I don't think Terry did laps in the parking lot when the police were talking to her. I mean, it's clear as day that he was following her. You can see her behind him. I mean, him behind her, rather. Him behind her. Because you can see him in the back, and then he goes out like this. The video of Terry is Betty holding up a newspaper in the thumbnail. Thank you. Let me look at it. Let me see here. Terry, what was it you said? I just try to be fair, regardless of my personal opinion about even what someone has said about me or unmodded me or kicked me out of their thing, and I people I understand how a lot of people don't care for Betty. I understand it. I get it. I think she could say things better sometimes. I think she could, I think we can all do better sometimes. But in this instance, it's not about what I, personally feel about, what about me or anything else. But it's a rarity people can do that, I think, these days. It's all or nothing. It's you're an evil person or you're just an angel, and it's just I don't know. There is a middle ground. Thank you so much, Debbie, for gifting 5 pearl necklaces. That's very sweet. Yes. I'm trying to find this. I'm trying to find it. You said someone's holding up a newspaper. It's probably a month ago. Let me find it. Oh, here it is. All right. Credit goes to the Bullhorn Betty. Credit. I'll put it in BHB. And put her link in my description as well. What you just said, this is why so many love being part of this community. You're fair. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I don't know, man. It's just like everything's all or nothing nowadays. And people aren't all or nothing. People are very complex. I don't know. I just think you can support someone in one aspect and think they're a douche in the other. It's just like it is. I don't know. All right. Credit goes to the Betty. BHB. And we're going And I supported her with this. I don't think she did anything wrong. She was putting up signs. Now, you can state that, you know, she wasn't what's the word I'm looking for? Putting up the signs in the right places. It may not be the right places, but again, I think that that's just being a little petty about it. I appreciate it. Whether she put it on a telephone pole or the back of, you know, where on people's cars, I don't, you know, as long as she's putting out signs, how can someone not support that?
Did. And so I've got that on.
All right. So right here, you see the police officer. Right there, you see the police officer. She's putting up signs. You see him there. You see him there speaking. Right. So she goes and she's holding up the paper, speaking. Holding up the paper, speaking. Is he back there yet? Let's see if he's back there yet. No. All right. It's coming.
Process
Right
within
up here.
24 hours if I so need to. I'm an advocate and an activist and covered by media
Right.
when I cover these cases. The Constitution is where I derive my law. Hate channels. Calling law enforcement on Bullhorn Betty for posting flyers. I want that to sink into everybody. I want you guys to pass this around. I want you guys to tell them how disgusting and nasty and horrible and evil they are. You know who is causing all the threats in this community for people searching? Chris and Katie Proudfoot and their cohorts. That, my friend, is who is threatening the people of this community that come in. They threatened me. Socks. Oh,
Hold on. Wait. Here we go. Right here. All right. You can see the car moving. Hold on. The car is back here. Right.
calling law enforcement.
Right here.
On Bullhorn Betty for posting flyers. I
They're
want
right
that to
there.
sink into
He's right
everybody.
there.
I want you guys to pass this around. I want you guys to tell them how disgusting and nasty and horrible and evil they are. You know who is causing all the threats in this community for people searching? Chris and Katie Proudfoot and their cohorts.
Chad is yelling right too.
That, my friend,
You can see his car right there.
is who is threatening the people of this community that come in. They threatened me.
You're going to see it move in just a second.
They threatened me.
There it goes. Right. I mean, it was just sitting back there for quite a while. It was just sitting back there quite a while.
Oh, Terry.
Watch this. Like, watch her. You can see. Watch her. You can see her looking right there.
Oh, Terry Bowersocks. Oh, you wanna come around here?
I think he was
Oh,
watching
look
her
at who
live.
it is. It's Terry Bowersocks. Look who just pulled up in the same QX80. Coming up, taking my tag plate. Let's turn it around on his tag plate.
She was fired up. Yes.
Terry Bowersocks. Terry Bowersocks right there. Came up and decided to take my plate on So you want to know who's harassing who out here?
She was parked. That
The
is
proof
true.
is in the pudding. The Bowersocks and the Proudfoots are the ones coming and harassing people. That right there, my friend, is Terry Bowersocks. Came by and took a picture. Why are you taking my license plate?
Why are you filming me?
Because you came by and filmed me, Mr. Bowersocks.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm in a public place.
Yes.
Why are you harassing me and following me?
Why are
you harassing me and following me when I'm conducting business?
How can I be following you when
You just were in the plaza. You've been following me, sir. You guys have been harassing me and threatening me for 2 days.
Prove it.
I am right here, sir.
There you go. Right there.
Why are you taking my license plate?
Why are you filming me?
Because you came by and filmed me, Mr. Bowersocks.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Because you came by and was filming me, Mr. Bowersocks.
I'm in a public place.
Yes.
Why are you harassing me and following me?
Why are
you harassing me and following me when I'm conducting business?
How can I be folling you when
You just were in the plaza. You've been following me, sir. You guys have been harassing me and threatening me for 2 days.
Prove it.
I am right here, sir. Right here, sir.
I mean, it was clear he was behind her. Remember, there was a police officer behind her prior. There was a police officer behind her prior. She should have. You're right, Don. She should have. She should have done it that day. Yeah, she was recording live when passed by. Prove it, he says. That was crazy. The claim he was at Sam's Club. I know there's something about like Sam's Club or something, but she was live. I don't get it what the Sam's Club thing is. I don't know what like people are talking about there. Let's film.
Prove it? Yeah, I did just prove it, asshole. Better go through that fucking light.
He drove 2 laps waiting for
me.
the police to leave.
I don't need violence. I will capture you on film.
Well, I mean, again, she just said there, I don't need violence. I don't need violence. I'll capture it on film. No, it's Jackie, it's correct the behavior. Correct the behavior is what Betty said to me. Correct the behavior. But still, you know, she calls him. She got him on film running a red light. Yeah, that too. Yeah. I don't know. It's craziness. Craziness. It is almost 11 o'clock, my beautiful friends. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. Really do appreciate it. You could have chosen to be anywhere. Thank you again, Debbie. 357. Did Oh, we didn't do an application process. Hold on. We got to do application process.
This is a Brooklyn-bound 2 express train. The next stop is Fulton Street.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Beep, beep, mother chickens.
To the lesser fight, my body aches to be satisfied. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes.
So Hatter's Madness. The reason Betty was mad at me because I was mad at Seth one night when he was talking about Trevor like that. And I told Seth that. Didn't mean I didn't support him. Again, I take things separately as they are. And I don't think she likes that I like JLR as well. So, because I go in JLRs as well. So, it is what it is. So, yeah. Oh, I mean, I was furious that night. So, but it is what it is. I'm not worried about it. I'm not. Yes, there's one Trevor Lee. And I disagree with Seth and I disagree with Betty on how they feel about Trevor. Yeah, Bogey. I mean, I understand. There's people that don't like me. There's people that don't like Betty. There's people that don't like JLR. There's people that don't like every creator. So just is what it is. That's just life. Yeah, Trevor Lee's channel was called Trev Time, but he's not there anymore. He's my buddy. So is Josh. Thank you, Wanda. All right, guys. Love you all. Appreciate you. I'll see you guys real soon, Lord willing. God bless and good night.